Metal Gear Survive is the first game in the Metal Gear series to not have Kojima at the helm, and I have to say, it could be the game that the series has been in dire need of. Moving away from a story-driven model, Metal Gear Survive takes place during the events of the Phantom Pain, where a bunch of mercenaries get teleported into a parallel universe where the world has ended and strange creatures walk the earth. The beta does not tell us much about the plot, but the humans have been turned into these strange walking death machines by a material known as Cuban. You and your team of highly trained mercenaries head off into missions to extract these materials that are left in the world. The thing is, the extractor summons these creatures, so classic survival gameplay begins, as you and your team try to protect the machines from the monsters before they destroy it. You start out in a social hub where players can get together and form a team. There's a training area for you to try out weapons, crafting tables to make weapons and ammo and other supplies, but there's more on that later. There's much to learn about MGS, as from the UI to its controls, the game does feel clunky at first. Hidden tabs hide away extra inventory slots, and without reading the tutorials you'll be stuck learning it all from scratch, which is not a problem at all. I mean, who reads pages of tutorial notes these days? After a few minutes, I finally got the hang of what each button does, and if I equip a Molotov cocktail to my character, where I could find it and how I could throw it. Luckily, the social hub is the best place to try out everything, as you have infinite amounts of everything that you've already acquired once, such as ammo and traps. All these crafting items need two things: a recipe that you get through the game by completing missions, and the necessary materials to craft it, be it copper, steel, whatever. It kinda reminds me of Fortnite, but much more in depth than just wood, stone and metal. Recipes also come in different rarities, such as blue, white, orange and purple. The higher the rarity, the stronger the weapon, the more durable the wall, and the more damage the trap does. Once I had a dozen walls made, a few hundred ammo crates, and I was dressed up with some decent clothes that did not weigh me down. Yes, there is a weight system that prevents too much carrying of items to make it balanced. I was definitely ready to set off on a mission. Landing in a location, you instantly start searching around for crafting materials. You see, everything you have in order to craft in the hub stays there, and you'll have to find more in the world in order to craft more. You might have 50 gunpowder in the hub, but unless you find gunpowder in the world, you'll be hitting enemies with your knife when your ammo depletes, and trust me, it goes away very quickly. You can craft at the base where you have to protect your extractor, which is at least something positive, but if you don't arrive prepared, then prepare to struggle. Gameplay in Metal Gear Survival feels great as you run around protecting your extractor from enemies coming at you. Your minimap shows your location and where your enemies are coming from, so you can make sure to plan your path and make sure the path towards you is ready with traps. In the beta, we faced a bomber, which is a massive round exploding enemy that kills everything around it and deals great damage to your extractor. Lurkers are fast creatures that can leap across the map. Armored enemies are equipped with armor and bullets are useless against them, and the Wanderers are the basic enemies that make up most of the wave. Each enemy has a weak point, and shooting them and slicing them up feels great, as the feedback from your controller and the screen shapes and sound effects give you an accomplishing feeling. That is to say, it is not easy, as the game's sheer amount of enemies coming at you can be hard to juggle. Teamwork is key though, as you and your partners can designate each side to a player. After each wave, supplies drop on the battlefield that you can collect. This included gunpowder and other crafting materials. You then rush to make more items before your next wave arrives. It is all very fast and very awesome. We even had a walker weapon spawn in one wave that let us drive it around and mow down all the enemies. It was really great. After the level is done, huge boxes fall from the sky that contain items and recipes. The better you do in the rankings from F to S, the better the items. You then head back to the hub and do it all over again. I have to say, I love a really good co-op game, and MGS might be the game I invest in. It's everything that Metal Gear Solid is not, and that's a good thing. I'm looking forward to really being challenged by the waves of enemies and earning all those purple recipes, so that I can make the strongest weapons and traps in the game. But most of all, I'm looking forward to doing it all with my friends, who I play all my co-op games with. If you have them too, then this is a no-brainer. So far so good, I have to say, and Metal Gear Survive is officially on my pre-order list.